1960-2026, 66 years on, the memory remains vivid. Togo gained its independence, a defining moment for our nation's culture and identity. As we mark this day, we reflect on how that journey to freedom continues to shape our unity, culture, and civic responsibility. Join us as we explore what independence truly means for every Togolese today and for generations yet to come. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your favorite English discussion program, The Panel. We are broadcasting live from TVT Studios here in Lome. Stay with us as we break it all down right after this. Once again, you welcome. To help us understand today's topic, we joined tonight by Mr. Donatien Iweso. He is a certified interpreter and translator and a former city councillor. Mr. Donatien, please you welcome.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you, especially on this very day that is at the eve, we can say at the eve of the celebration of our Independence Day. The eve is tomorrow. The real eve is tomorrow, but we can consider today like being the eve of that Independence Day, and I'm very glad, delighted to be grateful to be here as a guest.
Thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
So let's get right into today's discussion. Mr. Donatien, to begin this conversation on how Togo's independence shaped our everyday lives, less than 48 hours, Togo's Independence Day. Why this moment important for all Togolese people?
Let's remember that everyone used to celebrate his birthday, especially when you reach 18 years old. You started being young or reaching some years. You remind that you have lived. So it's a commemoration of your being on earth. For a country, also is a good moment to commemorate how the forefathers fought before gaining this independence. So every country should be, focused on that very day. That is a day of union. This day must unite all the country. It's a very day that must be considered more than what we used to see when it comes the Labor Day, the 1st May. People consider more 1st May at the defense of the Independence Day of Togo, and that's bad.
Yeah. And what happened? What really happened during Togo's independence? And why is it important for citizens to remember how independence was achieved?
Yeah, I'm too young to narrate this story, but let me say a few about what I learned, what I heard, and what I know. Things started just after the Second World War, in the year 1945, of course. Our forefathers started knowing that they fought with white people on the battleground, and they saw them also crying, weeping. So they're not too much superior to them. Why are they colonizing them, or they are colonizers and we are being colonized? We should gain our independence, freedom. Yeah. So those who came back, those intellectuals, those who went to school, they decided to create some association and started all those kind of gathering. And in the year 1955, there were some strike in Lome here, reaching 1956, where there was a first election. This election was won by those who wanted to be under white people. We call it being autonomous, meaning that they gain a slight independence, but still under the white people. But this election is said to have been, emblazed, and those some persons go and call UN to come and watch over the election that will be held on 27th of April 1958, where some people, we can talk about two political parties, CUT and Juvento, they won on UCPN and PTP. So now they gain the independence. But knowing that some countries, while gaining the independence, white people sanction or sentence them, the first president or the leader of this movement, that is Sylvanus Olympio, decide, because they study by their side, they study abroad, they know their mentality. So he decides now to proclaim immediately the independence, because in that moment Togo got nothing. Togo got no school, even no Independence Square, no place, no hotel to welcome guests, nothing, even roads. So he decides in 2 years, and even Togo was in debt. You know, while gaining independence, you should borrow money, and in 2 years he work and pay that debt, and form people who should take over the white people. And we can remind that Sekou Touré, by the side of Guinea, he did it, and white people even left with chairs, chairs, everything, every single thing. So he here decides to go with diplomacy, yes, diplomatically, and in that very night of 26 April 1960, on the stadium right here, the flag of Togo has been raised. Yeah. Midnight. Reason why they're saying 27th of April 1960. So many of people who fought, work, and I will be calling their names very soon.
Yes, and independence brought a number of values to the nation.
Yeah.
Our flag, yeah, anthem, yeah, and so and so. Do you think the country became more united after attaining independence?
In that moment, I can say so, yes. But on way, just after that year, 2 years after, the first president was gunshot, was assassinated. So you cannot, love those persons who did that. I'll be talking about white people and some accomplished on this soil here. So talking about unity, a commission or a committee has been settled here, led by the former Archbishop of Lomé, His Excellency Barriga. We call it CVGR. This commission also work about the story of Togo that should be, rebuilt, and for this unity, unity settlement, I can say that we are on the way to build a nation. We should not be discouraged. It's a way. It's like a resistance race or raining. We should not let them on way. I can't say that people are more united, because in the year 1970s, like this, the anthem was changed. People no more sang at that time the father of the lines of our forefathers. Mm-hmm. It has been changed, and the motto, all those things cannot let people immediately hug others. It should be a work like Rwandese. Mm-hmm. They did it after the genocide.
Yes. And what are some other key milestones Togo has achieved since gaining independence?
The first thing that we can immediately say is a seat at UN. When you gain your independence, you got a seat at UN. You can speak like a free country. But when we talk about independence, the first independence one should have is financial independence. If you are a young man and you say that you are grown up, you want to leave your father's house, but you don't have any means of revenue that will give you something back, you come back to your father's house. So we need this, and I can remind that at the eve of the murder of the first president, he was on the way to go to get to Morovia for the currency of the country, and having our own money, our own country. And we cannot say that we haven't achieved anything. If I say so, I'm a liar. But what we have achieved is so much less, if I can say, than what we should expect. And we have to work. 66 years is a grandpa.
Yes.
Togo is a grandpa.
Yeah.
And the question to be asked, what have we done with all these years? 66 is even if we really count, is 68. But
Yes,
the proclamation, the proclamation or the real day, 66 is too much for us to be on a development way, not only for infrastructure, but for human being, the development of human being. What have we done? And look at what we are doing with our country today. Incivism is everywhere. Emblazonment is everywhere. If you are put on a job of the country, you not do the thing the way you neglect, and you do it with the way you want, without thinking about people who should benefit. Imagine you are called to bring water.
Yeah.
How can we say that in the year 2026 people should lack water, drinking water again in this country? No, it's not fair. And if you check very well, rulers, the first one, gave money for this job, and someone somewhere picked that money to build his house, build a house to his wife, build a house to his girlfriend somewhere, buy a motorcycle, and did something without consideration. And what is bad is that this person should be imprisoned or should be punished, but he is not punished. Reason why other people also are doing it. That's bad.
That means the problem is not for our presidents or our rulers, because they give the opportunities.
Responsibility are shared.
Yeah.
Responsibility are shared. If you are parents, you should watch over your children. Yeah. Even our parents, if they sent us in childhood, they sent again the senior brother to go over to follow us to see whether we are getting to that place or not. They can send the senior brother, but they want us to start making this experience, and it's what we call punishment. If somebody is guilty about embezzlement or bad doing the job, punish the person. Punish the person. This will let other people fear. Go to Korea and do this. They will gunshot you. Go to China. You'll be punished. If the first leaders, the first rulers started doing those things, people who have been, given a job will do it right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. But let's come to the youth.
Yeah.
Do young people, after independence, and do young Togolese people feel connected to independence?
This question you ask me, I'm going to ask another question, not to you, but to those who are listening to us, and everyone should answer. How our authorities or our country is talking about independence to the country. Have we got, broadcasts, synchronized television, radios, talking about this? No. And how young people can know about it? This very moment, I guess, they should, identify some young people who can speak. Elders also will be there for their, testimony. Young people, we should gather, talk about this event, give proposition, but it's not done. And young people are thinking that they have been not considerate, so they don't care, but it's bad. if you are a young, those who fought, they were young. Juvento is young people inside.
Yes.
Juvento is young people inside. They were engaged to fight for independence. And today, we, in our own communities, our own association, we must, when this time, even I gave an idea when I was a city councillor that the month of April should be called Independence Month. And everything will be done with independence on televisions, radios, every
Not a single
not
day.
a single
but
day or 2 days or 3 days.
Okay.
And have you seen in the way in the streets monuments talking about those who fought? No. Some streets only got the name of some fighters, some assets. So all those things cannot encourage people to to get involved. Imagine that young people. Do you know that somebody is called Hospice Coco? Agustino de Souza, the great financier, the person who used to give money. We call it Gazozo. Albert Do, Franklin Fabre, the father of the political leader that you know. Yeah. Paulin Jacinto Freitas, Paulin Akwete, Chief, traditional chief, Dobli at Dapango, Dapaon, Chief Namtugri at Naki Est, Chief Palanga, when you listen to Palanga, is Kara. Yes. Chief Apetovi II in Palime, Tori Gasu III at Ahron, Chief Pebi the fourth at Agu, Chief Passa at Chevier, and Chief Agbanon at Aneho. A courageous woman called Bai Ablori. She was pregnant in that moment. Sir Antoine Bojona, the father of the minister Bojona, you know. Adamu Kabwa, the father of the political man called the late political man Abbas Kabwa. Paul Ayi, the conceptor of the monuments. He worked with a German called Georges Cousteau, the Archbishop Robert Casimir Dossé Agnon, with his brother Alex Dossé Agnon, who is the compositor of the music of the country. Yeah. So all those, they were numerous. I cannot call of them. Yes, all those figures should be prints on our screens. And they are, I can recognize that last year something was done at Palais de Congrès. I was there with some teachers, PhD, but it has only been a communication from them to us. It was not exchange, but it's a beginning.
It is a beginning.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for all the explanation. That means we must, it must not be something for a year, but it must be something for every year.
Gradually, every year, and we must go forwards. And we must innovate. What we did this year must be less than what we will do next year, or in years after years. Now we have new technologies. We can make movies with all those figures. Make movies, even make cartoons for children. They must know, we must know those who fought for us to gain independence. And if we say that we have independence, we must know that we must have this freedom, and the freedom is gathered with laws. What I here suggest to this channel is to have some broadcasts in which they invite people to speak freely, not people chosen for something, freely about this independence. Because we got many persons, elders. I myself, my father, work in that moment. My father worked in that night. They were students in that moment. So we need to reconsider the way we're celebrating our Independence Day.
And how can citizens honor the legacy of independence in their daily life?
Yeah, by knowing that when the flag is being raised, we must stop everything that we're doing. When the national anthem, the lines of our forefathers is being sung, we must respect this. And public figures, like when you see on the Independence Square, it's written, with your faith and your courage, Togolese people, with your faith and your courage, the nation is born. Yes. So we need to have faith that things will be better, and having faith, we must work, because he said in the Bible, faith without action is dead. And we should have courage to do things right. And I encourage all Togolese to know that we are independent, but to be independent is a journey, it's a work. We should work for this independence, but 66 years is enough not to, narrate against, we should have more roads, free access to commodities, free access to, electricity. We should no more here in the 2026 having again problem of lights cut off. What are we doing with the sun? Solar panels. We must bring all those things in the country for us to live well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donatien. A big thanks to you for sharing such a valuable insight.
Yeah.
As we conclude, independence is not just a history, it is a responsibility we live every day. It is a reflect in our unity, our culture, and our action as citizens. The future of Togo depends on how we preserve and pass on these values. To wrap up, a tribute to the nations with Togo de Nigba, a remix featuring a number of talented artists, Togolese artists. Let's watch.
Olúwa no tamana ige mato nye mopopo tasimana mawo lewa wo anoka klam la duko doma deni barolola jinye pereka bevana choka kanye chiva kama sia chok beva maloda komya deni barolola. Make it